we thought of like why can't we provide them something.
So, Aniket, and I want to know from you about your organization and how you start an or NGO and do some good work for the society.
Actually, I was one among the three people who came up with this idea. The idea was actually coined by Orindam. He's a good friend of us. He's actually like busy with other works right now, so he's not with us in our NGO anymore. So Orindam, Naseeb, and me. The idea was actually coined by Orindam and Naseeb. They suggested me one fine day that we should probably start an organization about helping people who are in need because we are the youth. We need to take a step for our country's betterment, right? So that idea actually was very appealing to me that day. I definitely said yes, yes, we definitely should do something like what you suggested. So that is how actually we came into the idea of forming an NGO. The name and the things, everything that followed was decided later. But the idea was, yeah, it was a normal school day where we three had a discussion about this.
So, Nasib, coming to you. So, when Arindam and you decided that you wanted to, start an NGO, did you just say it on a whim, or you were, serious at that time, or was it that after you guys have decided that you want to open, and then after that you thought, okay, this might really be an option for us?
Okay, no. So thing was that one fine evening, it was most probably 22nd September. So it was around 8 to 9 p.m. when we were discussing something serious. I actually do not remember, but it was something related to environment or something related to our country and something like this related to economy and everything. So then somehow we reached a conclusion or we decided to do something good for the society. Now doing something good basically means obviously a single individual can do that, but then if we have a team then it will have much more impact. Then that evening, like that night, we made thought of sharing this with our other friends. So then the very next day only I got up and then contacted Aniket as well and many other friends, so and told them the idea. So many of them, or rather all of them, appreciated this, and even they were very excited to be a part of it and actually contribute something to the society. Means after a point of time, you actually are liable to give it back to the society. So that is what we actually thought of, and then we started. And after soon after, like it was 20, yeah, it was 23rd September, which is officially celebrated as the birth date of this organization, because that was the very day when our idea got actually accepted by most of our friends who are basically the members now. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a very good thing that you guys started this organization among your peers, your friends, and the one closest to you, because starting an organization is very difficult, right? And starting with your friends, that could be a bonus if you know everyone around you, and you could share your responsibilities accordingly. But coming to the name, first it was Blooming India, right? And then you guys changed it to Fireflies Foundation. What was the scene behind that, Aniket?
Blooming India. Yeah, the name was actually probably suggested by Naseem, as far as I remember. Uh, the name actually was very capturing to us initially. The fact that India is a blooming country, the country is still opening up. There are so many new things to discover. There are so many new aspects to this country. Naseeb came up with this name, Blooming India. Like we need to be a contributor to this blooming country. Like we the youth, we need to give back something to the society, to contribute something that can actually help India in getting to a like reaching new levels. So that is how the Blooming India name was widely accepted by all our friends, and it was like yeah, it became a instant hit. And then we had to change the name to Burnpur Fireflies Foundation. Actually, we had to come up with a new name because while you actually register for an NGO, the word India cannot be used for like there are some reasons, some provisions that actually like do not come hand in hand with the name India. So we had to change our name with a region where the NGO is actually based upon. So since we are a NGO based upon the town of Burnpur, so we had to come up with Burnpur and Fireflies Foundation. Yeah, Fireflies because we believe that we are a part of the group that is actually illuminating the darkness.
Yes, so Burnpur Fireflies Foundation, that is the current name. So fireflies actually is an insect which glows. So if we see like from our perspective, we saw that as a ray of hope which we can use, like which will go hand in hand with our motive as well. So that is the reason how we got a name. It was basically named by one of our member, Bishwadip Chaudhary. So he basically suggested this name, and then we all thought like it, to be a good one. So the its tagline also goes like illuminating darkness since 2017.
That is a very good tagline. But I really feel that you guys are illuminating darkness from our society, which is very dark and grim, to be honest.
The first major event that I remember as a part of BFF was actually the blanket distribution, probably in the December of 2007. We came up with the idea because in Burnpur station, we have actually came across several people who sleep without a blanket on the footpath of railway stations and on different places. So that was a very disturbing image. We did not really like seeing. Nobody actually likes seeing them in that condition. So we thought of like why can't we provide them something, because probably we are not a big organization enough to provide them accommodation in the night, but we can actually at least provide them something that can make them comfortable during that. So we came up with the idea of distribution of blankets. We asked our friends, the members, the family members of the friends, and everybody around us, whoever we could contact, and everybody was very accepting about the fact. So without any further problems and any delay about this, everybody contributed their heart out. We successfully conducted a big event. Actually, there were several blankets that were distributed. Several people were helped. We were helped by the police station, police officials. We were helped by the railway officials in the Burnpur station. It was a big, big opportunity for us, and we really liked whatever happened that day. So, and actually, we plan to make it an annual event as well. Like the December of every year, we plan to do the same thing. We followed it another year. In 2019, we could not do it, but 2018 we did. Probably this year, if the situations gets little better, then we can actually proceed with that again.
That was obviously the first event from where we started our journey. So back then we did not have that much that big team. So we it was only, if I'm not wrong, 7 to 8 members basically. Yeah, 7 to 8 members. It was hectic for us as well because Asansol and Burnpur, like Asansol and Burnpur, it is something which cannot be covered in a day with such a small number of people. So, but still, we managed that very nicely, and it was done in December, as Aniket said, because that time especially in Asansol, in our city, winter in December is actually very shivering, and we actually saw many people who were like lying in footpath or on the platform of the stations. So this was very much painful for us while we were enjoying everything, while we were getting the warmth which they were not getting. So that's why we thought of doing something, and it actually worked. And many of them praised us, many of them blessed us that we did something good for them, and they were actually happy. So that was the first event, and that was the event from where we started everything.
Yeah, that event really started. Even I remember was I was also a part of this event, and I remember, giving those blankets to these people and seeing that smile on their face. That really put a warm feeling in my heart, and you know that feeling is something which you cannot exactly describe. It's something which you can only enjoy, feel when you're doing it. You cannot express it. And life changing, you could say, because I would say a life changing experience for me. Because before that, in our school also we had a NGO they called Naidisha, and we used to give them old clothes, foods, and every and that, but that felt forced. That wasn't, that was like a chore. This uh, doing it on your terms, on your organizing everything, and that really made an impact, at least for me. And I know you guys are impacting our society since 2017, doing so many things such as this blanket distribution, and that sharbat which you guys served during the summers, Chal Seva, which you did, and old clothes, and old clothes that you guys distributed, doing something that just to show for it, but just keeping your head down and doing good for the society. Let your work do it. I feel you guys, you guys are heroes for me. You guys are heroes. You guys are really really putting out the work. And especially what you guys did during this COVID situation where people really needed help. It's really commendable. Aniket, coming to that, I want to ask you, what were the challenges you guys faced when you guys were conducting events?
Yeah, several challenges were actually faced while conducting the events. My friends will know it better because they were physically present during the event. Like from distributing the goods, maintaining social distancing, then wearing the mask continuously, which is actually very in a very hot climate. Asansol was really really warm then back then, and like everything, transporting the goods in those conditions, everything was difficult. Uh, Burnpur Fireflies Foundation as an organization performed really well. Everybody did whatever they could, contributed any amount of money they could. Even the physical labor which they gave during the situation was really commendable. I believe, like as a part of the NGO, I really enjoyed whatever they did, and I'll always be grateful for being a part of this.
Also, I would like to add every member which we have right now are so hardworking, so determined to serve the society that honestly I never expected. Means there had been situations where one or two member like took out the entire event. That is never easy. Like I have been in many events and I know what it is actually like transporting the goods, managing the entire thing on the day of the event, then going a day before just to inform them and just to give them a notice kind of thing to be present at, and to maintain the social distancing as well. This is not a
Contacting the right people, contacting the right.
yes, exactly, contacting the right people. Yeah.
It was really challenging to find the right kind of people who would get you the proper contacts.
That feels very motivating what you guys did. And I'm very proud what you guys are doing. But what I want to know is this. So you said that officials had a very great part doing your events. So what exactly did these authorities do? Like which departments, which places you guys go to get help, and then do these events as safely as possible? And what were the necessary steps you guys has to take to make this as safe and free from contamination as possible?
We reached out, like as far as I know, our members reached out to the Hirapur police station. The police were doing actually excellent job themselves. They were distributing the goods themselves. They have been doing it as a part of their routine, as a like the government asked them to do so, and they have been doing it very efficiently as of now. So the fact that we actually wanted to ask them that if we could contribute them in distributing their goods to the people in need, So, as far as I remember, the police officials actually asked us that if you want to do the event, if you want to conduct the event, you can proceed with it. They are giving the permission, they are giving their due permission, and they say they even shared their personal contact number so that if there's any issue that happens during the event, we can actually contact them and they will look at it personally so that no problem actually arises. The fact that they helped us so much is one of the main reasons we could actually proceed with the 5 phases that we did during the event.
Yes,
That is a
this is
big,
true.
that was a big boost to us. They also morally boosted us a lot. Like they said us that this is a very big thing that we are trying to do, and they will definitely cooperate with us in every aspect. So that was a big thing that we faced.
Yes, and that time the authorities were very strict. So if we see from that perspective, then it was really motivating for us and encouraging too.
So before ending this, Aniket, I want you to tell us what you want to tell to our audience. What is that you? What message do you want our audience?
I would like to suggest everybody that you should actually participate in any kind of event, any kind of social event that these NGOs, these groups actually put up, or maybe you can do it personally yourself. Because probably everybody has seen people doing these events in the television, celebrities doing it. They do it like really gracefully. And I would like you to actually see the smile on their faces, to see the satisfaction that they get when you actually help them. That feeling is incomparable. I'm telling you, that is the biggest single motivating factor that helps us run this NGO smoothly. Like problems arises, authorities have problem, we have problems amongst ourselves sometimes, but that motivating factor never fades out. The fact that people are actually benefited because of something that you do is like probably the reason we are still continuing. So I would like to suggest everybody to go out and conduct any such kind of events or be a part of this kind of event, and you will know what it's like to actually help people out there.
Please tell our audience what should they do if they want to join your organization, and what are the steps they have to follow.
So the process is not so complicated. We are in Facebook and Instagram as well, named Burnpur Fireflies Foundation. In Instagram, you can search just Fireflies Foundation. The member who are interested to join, they can DM us, and then our team will follow them up. Uh, we usually charge a membership fee of rupees 30.